It's said that men have basically two motivations: hunger and hanky panky. And they have a difficult time telling them apart. So if you see a gleam in his eye, make him a sandwich. You know, people are sexually charged these days, really sexually charged, and our whole society is obsessed with it. So much so that people define themselves by their sexuality: heterosexual, homosexual, transsexual, bisexual, metrosexual, and the list goes on and on. We define ourselves by this one part of our lives when there's so many other parts that are really important. But people spend way too much time on it and don't really follow some good advice on it either. I can't tell you how many people, well, Christians, are living together before they get married. And I know I'm stepping on some toes here, and some of those toes are friends of mine, and maybe you're one of them. And I just see where it really makes a difference. It just isn't as special. It isn't something that God asked us not to do, and yet it's become almost normal these days for people to have sex before marriage, to live together before marriage. We really need to define sexuality, and we really need to follow God's lead on this. It's really important. Now, first of all, sex was God's idea. He's the one that created it. It wasn't your idea, even though sometimes you feel like it. And He gave it to you as an enjoyment, something that is a blessing, not a curse. And it's an enjoyment if you use it in the right way. Like anything. You can overdo a lot of things. You can use things out of context, and all of a sudden it creates a problem. Sexuality is one of those things. And I know that men, when we say men have two motivations, hunger and sex, it's kind of true. A lot of men are totally motivated by their sexuality because they feed it all the time. And whatever you feed grows. And when sexuality becomes an obsession, when that desire grows and becomes something that you think about 24/7, it becomes a problem. Then you're motivated in that direction. You define yourself by sexuality instead of other things that are a whole lot more important. The Bible says whatever things are holy, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are good, and whatever things are right, think about those kinds of things instead. And when we're motivated by the right things, then we don't get so tempted to do the wrong things. Folks, let me just say, and I know you don't like this, but let me just say that sexuality is a really important area that you need to get under control. If you're living together before marriage, please don't. There's a reason the Bible tells you not to. And I wish I had more than 3 minutes to talk about, all of the ramifications of that, but please don't. Make your time together, make your future marriage a special thing. Here in the United States, 40% of all the children that are born to single mothers. Either a mother who has who has a boyfriend that has left, or one that she's living with. And most of those don't stay together. So children are born into the world with all kinds of difficulties. And study after study shows that when a child doesn't have a two-parent family, it creates a lot of problems for them, emotionally, mentally, and in every way. So do this right, folks. I know that you want to, that your pleasure is important to you, but don't obsess with it. Do what's right. You'll be glad that you did. God bless you. Have a great day.